I developed a rare condition called peripartum cardiomyopathy.
I was born with a congenital heart defect called the ventricular septal defect.
On December 20th, 2015, I suffered a stroke.
So when I was 5, I was diagnosed with 3 heart diagnoses.
My father passed away unexpectedly from a heart attack at the age of 56.
I had a stroke 7 years ago, July 4th weekend.
So I was born with 2 birth defects, and I immediately had 4 open heart surgeries. My last one was when I was 5, and I'm now 28 today.
It's actually more of my sister's heart story. She struggled with congenital heart failure her entire life.
I had a massive stroke when I was 14.
Well, I was born with supraventricular tachycardia.
One night in the middle of the night I woke up and got up, told my husband I didn't feel right, and next thing he knew I was on the floor and had passed out and was seizing.
I couldn't talk. I couldn't think, I couldn't breathe, I couldn't nothing. I was comatose.
And he kept saying, honey, and I remember him saying that to me, you are having a stroke. And I said, no, I'm not having a stroke. He's like, I'm calling 911. I said, no, I'll be fine.
And we just had no idea. He was a young, active person, always really healthy, and had never had any symptoms before.
My individual situation during pregnancy, it was really good to know that a lot of symptoms of pregnancy mimicked the heart failure that was about to occur.
Was I 41, 42 at the time? I had no history of high cholesterol, no issues with smoking, drinking, drugs. It just was a shot in the dark. It happened to me. I won the lottery, basically.
I was using a cane to walk, and my daughter joined Girls on the Run, and all the moms, I think that was the hardest for me. All the moms, they got to run with their daughters. I went home, and that next day after watching her cross the finish line with somebody else, I threw my cane down. I walked out the door, and I promised myself that I was gonna run a 5K next year with her. That next year, I ran with my daughter, and I just kept going, and marathons, half marathons, I did an Ironman.
I've learned that even though I can't do as many things, there's other things that I can do.
It definitely got me out exercising more, and I was able to lose some weight in the process, and I think I'm in as good a shape now as I was maybe 20 years ago.
Strokes suck, but it doesn't really stop you from accomplishing things. You just have to do things a little bit differently.
So I definitely like sharing my story because 1 out of every 100 babies is born with a congenital heart defect. It's the #1 defect that babies are born with, and we're living longer now, right? So with our awesome medical advances and technologies, we're living into adulthood, and we're thriving. And we need to continue to do that research so we can continue to hopefully live longer.
After deciding to not go through more surgeries yet, I know I'm going to in the future, but for now, trying to control it with medication, I've been in and out of hospitals a lot. And I've seen the way nonprofits, kind of like the HA does, and how it really affects people like me and our lives a lot. And so I learned that you can do that for a living, and now I'm working at the American Heart Association. Now that I'm working here, I feel a lot more comfortable sharing my story and knowing that there are people out there who have it worse than me, who have it easier than me, and we're all just here trying to get through life. Even just talking to the other survivors here today is it feels really good to know that there's other people out there like me.